Since picking up the 1970 Boss 302 Mustang from that field in Wyoming, we haven't really done anything to it. It's been parked at my dad's house on in his driveway for the past like at least a month. Before that, it was in the trailer. And yeah, I'm gonna spend a little bit of time today. I think I'm gonna look at the engine, the rear engine, and see if I can determine if it has original VIN stamp block in it. I should be able to get back there. It's kind of hard to tell. It's on the back pad of the engine. It's a flat spot on the back of the engine. And if I have time, I'm gonna work on cleaning out the interior a little bit. It's pretty dirty in here. I haven't touched it. This hasn't been touched since the day we picked the car up. So lots of stuff in here all over the place. Dead mouse right there. Yeah, it's pretty dirty in here. Bird poop and whatever on the door panels. But I think that it will clean up nicely. These seats aren't the original seats to the car. That's okay though. I'm pretty sure these are Mach 1 seats. This car would have been standard ginger interior, not this like deluxe interior. This might even be Cougar seats. I'm not really sure, but as you can see, the back is actually the original back seat. So that's what it would have looked like, that pattern. So we scrubbed away this back pad back here. It's on the rear of the engine, and it's looking like it's just flat, like there's an VIN stamp on it. Typically that's where a Boss would be stamped if it's the original block. So what we're gonna do now is put it up in the air and see if we can get a look at the casting number for the engine block and also the date code. See, to get an idea if it could be the original block, if it's been replaced or what. Okay, I'm underneath the car. I got the oil filter loose, and I'm working on getting this nut off here for the oil pan. It's pretty big. I don't know if this is factory or not. It's like a, what is this, 3/4 or something? Yeah, it's 13/16.
Water is heavier than...
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
Uh-oh. Blasting engine with power blaster.
There's no way it would have put that much water in it.
Jesus.
No way.
Oh, there's the oil.
Oh my gosh.
Well, nice mixture. Ugh. That's great.
Doesn't mean it's finished. That water looked awful clear, so I can't imagine that much water would have got in. But it's possible.
Here's the filter. Nothing in it. Here.
It's dry?
Nothing in it.
So it hasn't been turned over in years.
All right, so we drained the oil pan. A lot of water in there. A lot of oil also. Here's the loot from inside the engine. Hopefully the water wasn't in there for very long. It didn't look like it was like rusty water. It just looked like clean water. So who knows? And we managed to get the transmission to shift, which we hadn't been able to do before. So now it runs through the gears 1 to 4, and then it goes in reverse, and the transmission spins nicely and neutral. So that's good stuff. But I tried to turn the engine over with a big breaker bar, and it's not moving. So I guess the next step will probably just be pull the engine. You know, so that's just a safe thing to do. You don't want to try to start an engine that's been sitting forever anyway. Definitely an engine like this, you know, Boss engine, don't want to cause any extra damage. So that's the update for now. All right, so my dad's over. We're going to be unloading this big trailer right here, car hauler. The Boss Mustang 70 is in there, the gold car, and the plan is to unload it right here and put it right in front of the Cougar.
Coming out far.
Okay. Alright guys, so I got this set of pretty big jacks over here, jack stands, and I'm going to work on putting the Boss Mustang up on all four corners. And then from there, I'm probably going to pull the wheels and tires off because I don't like the idea of these pretty expensive reproduction polyglass and 15-inch Boss steel style wheels, or I should say just steel wheels, hubcap wheels, just sitting out here getting destroyed by the weather. So I'm going to take those off, put them in the garage, keep them safe, and probably going to work on pulling the engine cross member. And maybe I'll pull the pan today. I don't know. I have to look underneath it, see how it's looking. But that's the plan for right now. So here's the first look at the underside. First look for you guys at the underside of the 70 Boss Mustang, the bright gold metallic on ginger interior car. Here's a look at the floor. I knew the floor on the driver's side wasn't too good. It will need to be done, at least the front portion of it. And the rear floor looks pretty freaking good. It's hard to really say unless you enter the car. Here is, hopefully you guys can see this good. This is the, I guess is the floor, but on the tunnel side, pretty much all the way through. This is the carpet underlayment right here. So yeah, floor definitely not perfect. What else we got? Here's the front suspension. Hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. Power steering. Really greasy, very dirty, but it doesn't look like it's the worst shape. The tie rods, from what I can tell, look to be original. They're not Zerk-fitted ends on the tie rods. Still got the front 15/16 inch sway bar. My dad did remove the brakes off the front, so there aren't any calipers on the front side, on the front brakes, and I think he cut off the rear drums also. One thing I noticed a couple weeks ago was I have a little aftermarket drain plug there, welded on. Whatever reason, maybe they threaded it out or something, stripped it out, had to put a different one on. Don't know for sure if that's a true Boss pan yet, because I believe 70 Boss pans are 70 specific to the Boss. 69 pans are a little bit different. Here's something. That idler arm is not the original, so that's been replaced. That's an aftermarket idler arm. But yeah, I mean, everything looks decent down here. Dirty, but decent. Let's see it on the passenger side floor. That's better. So that looks like, to me that looks like slop paint, slop gray, I'd say. This is pretty sure this is a Dearborn car. I'm not really too caught up on 70 painting procedures, but I think 70 Dearborn cars were slop gray. Undercarriage, here's a good look at it. It was a slop gray, was like a what they call like a batch paint. Essentially Ford mixed all the leftover paints, maybe from like the previous day, and used that to spray the undercarriages, and ended up being
a gray color. That was the, I believe that was the only plant that did that. I think Metuchen used red oxide. In San Jose, might use black. Anyway, Bosses were not built at San Jose, if I remember correctly. My dad's 70 Mach 1 is a Metuchen car, so that's red undercarriage. Anyway, that's other than the, I mean, you can get another look. Here's the torque box. I would say that's pretty freaking good. Typically, if it's bad, you can see separation here on these two panels right here, the torque box connection. The pinch weld here would be separating and bubbly, and it's not, so that's good. Look at the engine, bottom of the engine. These are original Boss manifolds, they look like. So those have never been changed, surprisingly. Especially because I think the previous owner raced this car. So that's pretty interesting. I did get under here a while ago, and I think I tried to look at the trans tag. I can't really tell right now. I'd have to clean it off more. But it does not have a speedo reducer, but it also isn't a 391 car. So this car wouldn't have had a speedo reducer. So I'll have to get a closer look at that, make to ensure that's the original correct, or I should say the correct trans. So here's something pretty cool to see. Original mufflers. DO ZA 5630/D, it looks like. Ford I guess a D-Boss on the muffler. Pretty freaking cool. Obviously not savable, but cool nonetheless. So I'm guessing this is probably the full original exhaust if these have not been changed. I did notice a while ago when we were unloading the car that the rear end is the freaking greasiest rear end I have ever seen. Look at this thing. It's like just totally coated in grease. That is thick too. Thick grease. It's crazy how freaking coated that thing is. I really wonder where he was driving this car for that to happen. I'd touch it, but that stuff is probably hard. It's hardened on there. I don't even know what to say about that. That's just insane. I've never seen a car with that. What else we got? All right, now we're at the back of the car. Get a look at the rear suspension. Stagger shock car, of course. Boss 4-speed car. Looks like it has the original staggered shock plates, which is good to see. Only on stagger shock cars. And it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of high up there. I probably should have put it on the frame rails, but it is a what they call a 2-hole rear end. I don't know if you guys can see that. Stagger shock cars only, meaning 4-speed Bosses and 4-speed Cobra Jet cars would have gotten something a different, I shouldn't say a different rear end, but the only difference between a stagger shock rear end and a normal 9-inch would have been 2 holes, for one for the bolt for the rear end brake distribution block, and another hole for the vent tube. Why they did that exactly, I'm not sure. Maybe because the driver's side shock would have interfered with the vent tube if it were in the normal positioning, which would have been only 1 hole, which means the vent tube would have had a threaded, would have been threaded into where the brake distribution block is mounted, so it would have been 1 unit block and vent tube in 1 unit. So now on the stagger shock cars, it's separate, probably because the shock would have hit the tube. And yeah, that's my guess. I could be wrong. Just guessing. And here is the driver's side leaf spring. Pretty looks original. That's something. Look at that. That's broken right there. These leaf springs definitely look like they're pretty nice. Not too pitted. Original rear shackles, it looks like. Haven't been replaced with any sort of crazy lift or anything in the back for bigger tires and stuff. So clearly never, I would say that's a good indication the car wasn't like heavily drag raced. You know, I think the guy did drag race like I mentioned, but I don't think he did any like crazy, you know, taking to the strip and any kind of stuff. So pretty good look at the underside of the car. Here's a funny little tidbit I missed. Gabriel Strider shocks on the rear. Pretty cool, never seen those before. Looking at the lower arm, it looks like it's original. Has the like 3 jacking tabs here. The upper has bolts for the ball joint, which means that that ball joint has been replaced. It has Zerk fittings on the shafts, and unfortunately, I probably showed this in another video. Someone cut freaking holes in the sides of the shock tower on both sides to get to the Zerk fittings. This is cool. You can see original black engine compartment paint right there. I mean, this is a really solid car. You know, other than the obvious floor pan issues, which that's nothing crazy. Hood spring mounting is ripped out. This side, same deal. They cut holes for the Zerks on the shafts of the control arm as well. And you can even see the factory gold on the underside of the fenders. That's the good thing about getting dry cars, you know. Here's the front suspension, passenger side. Once again, ball joints were done on the top. Lower arm appears to be original. Really solid down here. I think this door was painted. I think. It doesn't quite match. I don't know if you can tell the gold to the door to the gold to the fender. It doesn't quite match, and there's this issue on the fender right here, or this would be on the door. Maybe the door got hit at some point, and they had to do some body work on it, and then bondoed it over it, and then repainted the door. Plus the stripes don't match. To me, this quarter is original, I believe, original paint. Some unfortunate little, you know, damage here and there. This is really interesting. Worn through all the way to the bare metal. Not sure what could have done that. Maybe it being parked for so long, something was constantly just brushing against it right there. Who knows? Quarter's not perfect. Some rust through here. Same thing here. So weird. I don't know what would have done that. Maybe you had a car cover on it at some point that did that. Who knows? This side looks better. Not no rust through right here. The pinch welds are pretty straight. Now I think that I would say that this fender is original paint. This door is also original paint. This whole side I'd say is original paint. The other door I think has been painted. This was my analysis of it. Not too bad down here. Door, I have to look inside, but doors, there's no rust through either corner. Yeah, not bad. Pretty solid car overall. You know, I'd say above average, you know. Yes, there's cars that have been certainly better projects to start with, but in the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty solid car. Definitely better than we typically find. So really happy with how this car is looking. All right, working on 70 Boss today. Got the seats pulled out. Just took out the underlayment out of the rear. Looks pretty freaking good. We're about to take out the center carpet here, see how that looks. Oops, stuck in the middle. No, oh, I guess yeah. That actually goes with it, I think, but it's fine.
Oh,
It's stuck to it, so
well, we gotta go one way or the other.
that's fine.
Folded it to itself. Well,
right, here's how the inside is looking. Never seen underneath here before. This doesn't look too good right here. Oof. Yeah, not the best down here, but we knew the floor wasn't good back here. Floor not perfect, for sure. Rusted to the floor. Yeah, not great. Not great. How we good?
Not horrible. I've seen worse.
Yeah. Okay, now the front carpet should be able to come out now. Let's see. Pretty sure it should come out. Oh, oh, toasty under there. Jesus. Stuck on the brake switch. Alright, if you pull your side, it should come out.
What's that, Chad?
If you pull that side, it should come out.
You won't miss this. Flip it up. It's still wet, of course.
Yeah. Oof. Lots of stuff. There's a caterpillar down there. Yeesh. Crusty. Woo! Not good. Looks like another 6 months of rust repair ahead of you.
6 days.
6 years of rust repair ahead of you. Oh, got a NOS clip. Actually, no, that might have fallen.
No, that's the one.
This is from the.
This is the pet I've been looking.
That's the clutch, or slash brake pedal.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not too.
That'll save you like $2.
I already ordered another one because I had a lot.
Oh. Oh, look at this. NOS plug. Right there. Crusty. Oh, man. Yep. Well, we didn't think it'd be perfect, and it definitely is not perfect. Lots of stuff. What's your side looking like? Yeah. Well, not as bad as my side, but. All right. We're gonna get the vacuuming and scraping, and we'll update in a minute.